Hello and welcome to another update video about Link. Link has taken the direct path to the downside. The $10 level is sort of still an ideal target. And we are now going to take a look at the microstructure, but also we start at the bigger picture here on the Link chart. At the moment, I think Link, nothing to worry about really with regards to the overall scenario. The move to the $10 mark that we might still reach was an expected move, sooner or later. Remember that I mentioned that this here is not really a clear, or was not really a clear bottoming structure. Also, the market failed to rally in 5 waves. It only gave us 3 waves. The most bullish scenario I had in mind was that in case of an upside breakout above the yellow line, but it didn't do it. But that was a signal level here at $14.88. It could have produced a higher B wave, basically. All right, but it indeed followed the B wave. It followed a weak B wave, and the idea is we're now moving down in wave C. So the idea is, yep, we have an overall bullish context potentially, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but short-term price action is bearish, and it has been since March. We had an initial decline to the support level, a corrective rally, and now we are, well, possibly moving down in wave Y, WXY. The 100% extension, which is a key target for such a Y wave, as I said, points towards $10. And then there are additional levels. For example, within the Y wave now, we're dealing with an ABC structure. Not high confidence in this microstructure, but it works for now. Why not high confidence? Because this initial decline isn't quite clear, but I label that as an A wave. Makes sense to me. Can justify that as a potential 5-wave move down. That could be the B wave top here, and then the C wave down is likely unfolding now. But based on the A wave and the potential length of the C wave, we have here possible downside targets pointing towards $8.49 and $9.88. So there is basically a cluster of support in the area between $10.10 and $8.49. So that is worth watching for. So if we then zoom in, looking at this C wave to the downside, which started with that top. I mean, there are different ways of counting this, but I label the B wave as here, and then this is a running flat correction. So the idea is the B wave topped at around $14.74. If we're now in the C wave down, we would expect it to go down a little bit lower, maybe one more low, possibly targeting, that $10 mark. Well, the initial resistance is between $12.32 and then $12.75. That's the area where the price should get rejected if we get further downside, imminently. However, breaking above it isn't necessarily bullish until we see a first 1-2 setup. So completing the correction, I mean, it could complete at any point, but the move down isn't really long enough to be reliable. The next key level above 1275, and I will highlight a green line there. It's obviously here that, so it's this level. That would be the next upside breakout point. I'll highlight that with a green arrow, because in my view, if we get above that level, well, that shouldn't happen in the currently still short-term bearish, but overall potentially bullish scenario. Price action is bearish, still short-term, okay? So I need to see a break minimally above resistance, but then better above the green line to really indicate that a low has formed in wave 2 already. But overall, the overall outlook hasn't really changed, and once this correction is complete, but we need to see signals first, then we're still looking at eventually possibly $80, $90 plus in this bull market. I know it's hard to imagine. Again, bear in mind the short-term price action is still bearish. Let's first see if the trend can turn around on the smaller time frame. And once we then can identify an alignment of the larger time frame and the smaller time frame, which we don't have at the moment because short-term price action is bearish, well, then this could be our signal and create opportunities and get us back into that uptrend. That's the update about Link. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.